Greetings, algo artisans. It is late on a Saturday night. We're going to do a video about ONDO. What is it? How high can it go? We're going to start with the charts. We're going to go into it right now. Okay, so we are going to start with the charts. Just a brief description of ONDO. It is basically a coin that is going to possibly allow people to trade real-world assets. Okay, RWAs. It's a way to get exposure to, bonds, stocks, other types of assets outside of the crypto sphere. Now, obviously, it's working its way up to that. Let's go ahead and take a look at the charts, and then we will take a look at what this coin is after that. Okay, so ONDO is hot. Okay, there's a lot of talk around ONDO. The chart is hot. We're looking at the daily right now, and we can see that in February it was down at 22 cents at the beginning of the year, below 22 cents, and now it is all the way up, made its way to $1. That's a ×5 within 2-3 months, which is awesome. And ONDO right now is, well, you would call this a bull flag. I would call it a bull flag. It looks very bull flag-ish. So a bull flag, sort of a newbie type pattern trade formation. So a lot of new people see bull flags. They're easy to recognize. They look like this, right? Price goes up and then it kind of goes to the right. And in this case, it might even be considered a pennant because it actually has a bit of a triangular formation. I do like a high and tight flag better than I like a pennant, as far as I don't really rely on patterns so much. I might use them as a way to kind of add some confluence to the trade, right? We know price is headed up. We know that the bulls and the bears are fighting. Price is kind of ranging right now where the bulls are pushing it up, but the bears are selling off, right? And every time the bears sell off, the bulls catch them on the bottom. And eventually one of them is going to get tired at the end of this, right? In this consolidation, either the bears or the bulls will get tired. Now, based on where the market is, based on how well this coin is doing, and based on all the attention it has, it seems to me that the price will probably go up when that is done. Doesn't mean it's going to go up. Probably it will. So let's talk about where it could go. I'm going to look at this from two different standpoints. As its all-time high is recent, we don't have a lot of history where we can look back. So to look at it right now, I'm going to use what's called a Fibonacci extension. And we're going to take a look at this impulse up, and I'm going to map this out with a Fibonacci extension. And this is a tool that we teach people how to use over at algofactory.tech. I have a couple of upside targets. This is if I was going to trade it, not if I was going to buy and hold, but if I was going to look for a kind of a quick profit, maybe something to profit in the next week or 2 or 3. And I would probably take profit around $1.07, maybe $1.07.5, and about $1.17 or $1.18. Those are the areas I would look to take some profit off if I were planning to trade this and not buy and hold it. Now, as far as buying and holding, it's probably pretty hard to assign, how big this would go, right? It's a little bit of an unknown type of segment of the crypto market, right? There's not really too many developed real-world asset analogs out there. So we can't say, hey, this one does the same thing and it has a similar market cap. There's not really a lot of that right now. So in the world of this kind of unknown type of asset, I just kind of look at what happens when it hits $1 and maybe $10 and maybe $100. Now, given what this wants to do, those are very realistic targets. It just is really dependent on a lot of things. One of them that I'm concerned about is regulation, and we'll get into that. But right now, let's go ahead and do another Fibonacci extension, right? We'll take a look at this wider impulse, which is going to be just a simple impulse on a higher time frame, and we will do a Fibonacci extension once again, and we'll take a look at some near-term targets, some confluence here around the $16, $17 level, because that was a higher target for the prior smaller Fibonacci extension. And then the next target I would look at to take some profit would be $1.37. Strong target right here below $1.20. Okay, so that's just for the traders. Now for the buyers and holders, if this coin is successful, I think it could easily go to $10. That's a 10x from now. In fact, I think it easily go way higher than that if this coin truly does what it says it's going to do. Let's go ahead and get into what that might be. So here is their website, ONDO Foundation, a new era of financial inclusivity on chain. The mission is to usher in a new era of financial inclusivity and market efficiency through on-chain institutional grade financial products and services. Okay, so some pretty big articles here. A lot of heavy news. Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, B of A, Flow Traders, all these pretty big talkers here. A lot of visibility is what I'm trying to say. It says here, the market leader in the tokenization of real-world assets, RWAs. There are some yield products. There are already offering here. If you want to stake your crypto on there, that is available. It says that they are the, Flux Finance. This is actually an interesting thing here. Flux Finance is basically where it's part of the Ondo ecosystem, okay? So ondocoin gives people rights to Flux Finance, okay? Flux Finance right now is where their staking goes on. In fact, right here, you have, this is US Treasuries at 4.96%. So we already have some pretty quality products already available right there. And if we go over to CoinMarketCap, you have an explanation right here. Ondo token holders are entrusted with shaping the future of the Ondo DAO so that it continues to pursue its mission to democratize access to its institutional grade finance. The Ondo DAO gives Ondo holders specific rights pertaining to Flux Finance, which is currently governed by the Ondo DAO. So here is Flux Finance, and we were just looking at this on the other page on their website, but this is actually Flux itself. You can access it through all these wallets, Ledger, MetaMask, Coinbase Wallet, Fireblocks, and there's a lot of news here. They are talking about a cow swap, which looks like that would be DEX. This is where we see those yields for USDC, Frax, DAI, UST. Now, if they get really what they want to have, imagine they're going to go beyond just these very few products where you're able to kind of match treasuries and things like that. I imagine they're probably going to get into something more exotic, maybe some kind of ETFs. But when you look at the volume of real world assets, right, that's huge. The volume of money that goes into that is massive. And when you're a crypto person, a lot of times you're going to want to just use your crypto for such things instead of opening up some kind of account at some major broker and deal with all that. You can just go to a place like this and throw your crypto at it, right? Way easier to do, way less paperwork, and it's going to be something that people around the world can do. And just to take a look at some more of their partners right here, you've got the Ondo ecosystem is supported by a diverse range of institutional and crypto native partners and service providers: BlackRock, Ankara, Morgan Stanley, Mantle, Injective Curve, Coinbase, Polygon, Yearn Finance, which has been around for a minute. Yeah, that was actually an exciting company. Might have to take a look at that again. Anchorage Digital, right? So major partners as well. That's all super important. So I do think that Ondo could do really well just based on the relationships that it has, right? And I think it's a pretty good model. It's not the first RWA protocol that I've heard of, but it does seem to know all the right people, and that is huge. That is humongous. And when you have partners like we just listed right there, you're talking about a lot of credibility, and you talk about a lot of customers that might branch out into Ondo itself. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. Again, none of this is investment advice. We're not telling you what to buy, what not to buy. I currently don't have any exposure to Ondo. It did just break $1 though, and if it stays above $1 for, I'd say at least a few days, or if it starts to really pop up above $1, I'll probably pick up a bag of that, because I do think it's pretty huge. All right. In the meantime, come on over to algofactory.tech where we can teach you how we create algorithms that may allow you to pull money out of the market either on a daily, weekly, monthly basis. It's pretty awesome what we do. We're over at algofactory.tech. Remember, trade your job, upgrade your life. We'll see you on the next one.